Hello everyone, good day. So today we're going to be talking about delete at delete delete at. So this actually deleting an element in an array using their index number. So I've talked about in my introduction video, we did a simple stuff about deleting stuff using the index number, but this time around we are not just doing it straight, but we want to include it in a function. We want to create a function that does that automatically for us by just passing in the list and the index number, and straight away it just deletes it for us. So just like this example we have here, we provide a list of 1 2 3 4 5, then we target the third index, which is after 1, which is index 0, 2, which is index 1, 3, which is index 2, and 4, which is index 3. So we target number 4, which is index 3, and we run our function, we execute our function, and the next thing we did was to print out our final answer. So this is the new list, and this also we use it to check if the previous list too has been affected, and both has been affected, both the new list and the previous list. So that is it for this course. So without wasting much time, we are going to go ahead and start writing our code. So I'm just going to copy what we have here, then this is our function and define delete at. So I just don't want to forget that, or let me just copy this instead. So I'm going to copy this. So I'll go over to my Tmux, which we're working in. Then I'm going to clear what we have here and list all we got in this place. Now the next thing is I'm going to do that of 11, sometimes vi. So I don't have it here, so I'm just going to look for it. 11, so that's it. Then come over to this place to give a space there. So vi11-delete at.py. So I'm gonna hit enter and we get started like that. So I'll just do column exclamation mark usr/bin/python3, just like that. Then we'll go over to the next stage. Now the first thing is we are going to define our function. So I'm going to paste the function define. The name of the function is delete underscore at. Then it's receiving two parameters, which is my list and index idx. So idx default is 0. That's the index number at default is always 0. Why the other one, default, is an empty list. So we are going to go ahead and start writing our code. So the first thing is I have not looked at instructions. So if index is negative or out of range, nothing change, return the same list. Okay, so in case we have the same index, or we have out of range, that means the list we provide is more than the list that the index that the list hold, then we should return the same element to them without deleting anything. Or if it is less than, so I'm just going to write if idx is less than, so I'm going to put is less than 0, just like that, or idx I'm taking is greater than the length. Okay, greater than equals to, so let me put it that way, because the length always return is always more than what we ought to have there. So if I say the length of that index is still more than it, so it's greater than the length of my list. So I have to get the total length of the list. Come on, length of my underscore list, just like that. So that's the condition I've given it. Then what should happen whenever this occurs? So what's going to happen is I want to return the same list. So I'm going to return the same list. That means nothing is going to happen. Just the way it is being passed, that's the same thing that is going to be given to us. So returning the same list is going to take the my list the way it is. So just like that. So else, if this condition is not true, then we should go ahead and do something else. So I'm going to say del, which that's the keyword you use to delete from a list. If you get that in my previous lesson, we use del, del, then the name of this to delete a particular element or to delete elements in a list. So I'm just going to put the my then underscore list, just like that. Then I'm going to put it inside a box like that. Then I'm going to put the idx. You can see. So after that, I'm going to return the list as I returned the previous one. So I'm going to return my then underscore list. So good and fine. So this is all. This is what we just need to do, and this works the way it ought to work. So we can go over and test it. So I'm going to use the same environment to test it, but if you have done this, you are good to go. But I just want to test it to see if it works. So I'm going to call my function. So let me print my function out. Print. So I'm going to print, then my function, I'm going to put it there. Delete underscore at. So the first parameter is receiving an array. It's receiving an array, so I'm going to provide 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 5, like that. That is the array I've provided, and I want to delete a particular index. So I'm deleting the index, the number 4. So that will be index 3. So, and I think that is that. So if I escape this and go ahead to run that, I'm going to put dot and a forward slash, then that. Okay, actually it's not executable. It's still white in color, so I'm going to change it to the color that is executable, u plus x, just like that. Then we're going to put that stuff there, and that's save the day. So we just put slash there and put 11 like that and hit enter, and you see we have 1, 2, there's no 4 have been deleted, so we have 3, 1, 2, 3, no 4, then we have 5. So you can see that. So we can even try it. Let's test it with something else. So I want to delete number 1. Number 1 will be index 0. Number 1 will be index of 0, like that. So I'm going to right click and execute that. You see 1 is deleted. Now on a normal note, without providing anything for the second parameter, so I'm just going to delete this and escape and just run that right away. Let's see what is going to happen. You see the first part is still deleted. Why is it still deleted? Number 1 is still deleted. It's because you take a good look at this. When we're declaring this, we set the default to be 0. So if like the default was something like 1, let me get rid of this. The default was 1. That means 2 will be deleted without even passing any stuff there. 2 will be deleted. So let's go and run that. You see, we have 1, no 2, but we have 3, 4, and 5. So you can see that. So I'm just going to return that to 0 the way it is. Then now let's test it. This if condition, if for instance we have anything less than 0, so I'm also going to provide something like -1. I'm going to provide something like -1, which is less than 0. So if I run this, let's see what we got. You can see nothing happens. And if I provide something that is more than that, so maybe let me provide an index number, like we have how many, that we have 4 index to be able to delete. So let me assume that we have 6, like that. Let me put 6 there, and you see nothing still happens because the list is not up, its index is not up to that amount. So you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, the way it still gives us the answer. Now let's assume without this condition, what is going to happen without this condition. So if for instance I get rid of this condition, now getting rid of that condition we are putting there, if for instance we provide something like this, actually it's going to work. Let's see. Okay, now you see it's going to work, but there's a problem here. Okay, I think I indented wrongly after deleting that, so I'm going to get rid of this too. Good. So we are good to go. But it's going to tell you that it is out of range. You see, list argument out of range because of what? We provide index which is more than what we ought to provide for that particular day. 6 is out of this range. Our range is from 0 to 4, but we're now providing 6. But what about if we provide a negative number like like -1? -1 actually will delete the last value from what we're talking about. You can see the last value is deleted, which is what? 5. So it starts from the back to delete. You get that, right? Because of that if statement is not there. So that is why we need the if statement condition to protect some stuff we are discussing about here. So I'm going to delete all this. So this is what we actually need. So please, thanks for watching, and also thanks for subscribing if you are a subscriber already. And if you have not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to smash the like button, and see you in our next tutorial.